Good afternoon, everyone. We're happy to be back in person for the 32nd Northern New Jersey Region Man of the Year celebration. Please enjoy this video of our honorees and the tribute ads. From Temple Bethel Mikor Chaim in Cranford, the Man of the Year is Larry Posner. The Youth of the Year is Joshua Schwartz. We're here this evening with Larry Posner, who is the Man of the Year from Temple Bethel Mikor Chaim in Cranford. Larry, first, Mazel Tov on your honor. What does the honor of being named Man of the Year mean to you?
Well, I'm quite humbled. I really don't know what I did to deserve this honor. I've only been a member of the congregation a little over 10 years and men's club only 4. I joined men's club essentially after my mother passed away as a means to get to know members of the congregation and find out what goes on.
Why is it important that men's club stay involved in the Jewish community?
Well, I think men's club is an excellent vehicle to uphold the social side of Jewish involvement. The rabbi encourages our spiritual involvement, but men's club can facilitate the broader social involvement, the everyday involvement.
Tell us some of your favorite activities involving men's club.
Well, I've been involved in assembling and dismantling the sukkah, although I've had to scale back on that due to back problems. I like to help out with the distribution of Yom HaShoah candles and ushering at high holiday services. Unfortunately, with COVID, that's placed on the back burner for another year.
Well, we all can look forward to activities in person and getting to see all of our friends as soon as possible. Mazel Tov again on your honor, and we'll see you soon. What does the honor of being named Youth of the Year mean to you?
It just means that because I feel like most of the things I do at the temple, it's just like goes back to me trying to just have fun with friends. So it's to help out, and it's just really nice to partake in things at the temple.
What are some of your favorite Jewish activities that you participate in?
I like helping out to build the sukkah, helping out just around the temple and with friends there. And like in USY, we've been able to do a bunch of different things together, like at the temple, just having random parties on the holidays, any holiday, to just hanging out.
How do you see yourself being an asset to the Jewish community in the future?
I can help teach younger kids about what it means to be a Jew and to help lead services.
Mazel Tov again on your honor, and we look forward to your participating in the future.
Thank you.
For the East Brunswick Jewish Center in East Brunswick, the Man of the Year is Marty Hoffman. The Youth of the Year is Jack Zydwerg.
Being a member of EBJC, why is it important that men's clubs stay involved in the Jewish community?
Well, men's club is a key element of East Brunswick Jewish Center as a sisterhood. So it just seems like part of the synagogue's function, and as well as men's club and sisterhood, is to really help out in the community and help to spread Judaism and the good things that Judaism does, both to our members as well as other people in the Jewish community, as well as the broader community. So,
okay. And finally, I'm going to ask you, what are your future goals and how do you see your future involvement in men's club?
Let's see. I hadn't really thought too much about that, to tell you the truth. I certainly have enjoyed being involved, and I want to continue to be involved in men's club, and being involved in helping with specific events like I've done so far, is in line with what I like to do. I've got a lot of experience in finance, so I would be happy to leverage my expertise in finance in helping the men's club as well.
Marty, again, I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you. It's been a pleasure knowing you for over 20 years when I coached basketball, which your daughter was very much involved in. And
Yes.
I'm proud. I'm proud to call you the man of the year for East Brunswick Jewish Center. Congratulations again.
Well, thanks again, Steve. Again, it is an honor and I am humbled. And thank you again for considering me, you and everybody else on the men's club board.
Well, you mentioned that you participate in Jewish organizations. What Jewish organizations do you participate in?
I participate in USY. I'm on the Hagalil Regional General Board. I'm on the Israel Affairs Committee. I also volunteer at the Hebrew School every Wednesday, involved in the Jewish club at my school.
Tell us some of your favorite Jewish activities.
I love going to USY conventions, like meeting all my friends there, meeting a lot of new people. Those are definitely the most fun for me. But other than that, I like going to the temple every week to see like all the kids learning, like see like how they learn, all that kind of stuff.
What Jewish activities do you see yourself participating in now that you're going to go to college next year?
In college, I'm definitely hoping to go to a college with a Hillel. So I go to that like every week if I can. Go to services, all that stuff.
And how do you see yourself being an asset to the Jewish community in the future?
I feel like if I can contribute like in any way, like if I get people to go to services, Hillel, all that fun stuff in college, then like I'd be contributing to like getting more Judaism.
From the Fair Lawn Jewish Center in Fair Lawn, the man of the year is Harold Fine.
Club stays involved in the Jewish community?
Yeah, I think we help to bolster the whole the community as a whole. As a living, breathing being, so to speak. We are a big part of keeping it going. Yes, there's prayers every day or prayers on the weekends, on Shabbat and all, but there's a lot of other activities that need support, and we tend to be one of the major groups to help out for that.
Why did you get involved in the Jewish community?
Well, it's a very good question. I don't know if I have a great answer. The answer is, I was brought up Jewish, and I felt I wanted to keep that identity going and sort of pass it on to the children. So I would say that's the major reason, just to keep my idea of who I am and what I am, from the point of view of Judaism and Jewishness, going and learn from it and espouse it.
What are some of your future goals, and how do you see yourself being involved in the men's club in the future?
In the future, I wasn't sure I wanted to go on. We have like a vice president track that leads to the presidency usually. So I kind of backed away from that this year. Otherwise, I feel like I'd like to continue in my role that I am now, religious affairs, maybe expand that into possibly more, religious oriented or things of that, those kind of activities, just to hopefully engage. And I was also looking to engage the younger men and young couples into the community.
For Temple Beth Shalom in Livingston, the man of the year is Eric Baltuch.
Why do you think it's important that the men's club be involved in the Jewish community?
Well, because men are so important and visible within the congregation. Roughly half the population, and we can show how we could be good role models to the children and to other parts of the congregation by participating in a positive way in the activities at the shul.
What's your story? What did you get involved in the men's club?
You know, it's hard for me to remember, and I figured you were going to ask me that tonight. I think it was pretty organic, just by knowing some people that were involved in the men's club and being invited to the events, getting to know some of the people that I didn't know before became an appealing aspect of it. So it makes going to services and going to other activities at the shul that much more comfortable, because I know more people, and I feel that they know me. So it's a much more welcoming community and a better experience for me and my family when we go in and everybody knows me and I know everybody else, or it feels as though I know everybody and they know me. It just makes the experience that much better.
What do you see as your future in the men's club in the community?
Yeah, I like being part of the leadership team. I like bringing new ideas to the group so we can conduct new activities, and I like being in a visible role and helping get people to the event. So I feel that I'm able to communicate pretty well through the emails I send and get people to know the important information in a timely way so that they can participate in the activities at the shul. And in the future, I hope to have more leadership roles within the men's club and at the congregation.
From the Pine Brook Jewish Center in Montville, the Youth of the Year is Hannah Schneiderman.
What does this honor, being Youth of the Year, mean to you?
I'm really honored actually to be getting this award. Just having not necessarily the recognition, but I love being involved in the temple, and I wasn't really doing it to get the reward, but knowing that they see all that I'm doing, it makes me feel happy knowing that it's appreciated and that what I'm doing, I know it's helping others. So I'm glad that by getting this reward, attention spotlight's being put on this and other people can see that there are things that they can do to help as well. And it's just sharing positivity, and I'm really happy about that.
What are some of your favorite Jewish activities during the year?
I love the Purim Carnival. Call me crazy, but all the kids running around, it's my favorite thing. I used to go as a kid. I love helping out at it. It makes me happy seeing everyone back together. I really hope we get to have one in person this year.
Yep. Are you a member of any of the one of the Jewish organizations like USY or Young Judea or anything like that?
I am not, but I'm really hoping to. And I also hope to be able to go on a birthright trip at some point. I'm really hoping that when everything opens up, I'll really have my opportunity.
From Temple Israel in Ridgewood, the Man of the Year is Scott Baslaw. The Youth of the Year is Ariel Fine.
I'm going to ask you one final question. And what are your future goals, and how do you see your future involvement in the men's club now that you have been the president and you've been awarded the Man of the Year?
Mm-hmm. My future goals for
men's club region, whatever.
Yeah. Just to stay active, just to stay involved. I'm trying to be very as helpful as I can be to the current president, and just to stay active and to encourage new members or existing members to become more active, as their comfort level dictates, and just to get more guys involved. One goal I have is that I feel there's a lot of guys in the men's club, current guys in our at least in our chapter, that have been involved in a very, very long time, and it's very, very important to them. But they had started when they were younger guys, and I really would love to see a lot of people in my age and younger in the synagogue, parents, fathers of young families, get more involved, because I think it's their time to pick up where a lot of these guys who are still active really carry the torch for a lot of years. And so it'd be great to see more of the younger parents involved, and definitely interested, in those regional activities and going to, the various the convention and I forgot what they call it, the every other year, not the convention, retreat. Yeah, because I had to miss it because of the COVID, but I always had it was always a great spirit in the air when I was at the regional events, and it was something I was starting to get to know, and I was enjoying it.
Well, Scott, congratulations on being the Ridgewood Temple Israel Man of the Year, and with proud to have you as the Man of the Year from that temple. So
Thank you, guys. Appreciate all your support too.
What does this honor of being named the Youth of the Year for Temple Israel mean to you?
Well, I mean, I think it's like kind of just a representation of like my role in like, excuse me, the like Temple Israel community. I think I've been pretty involved. I like to come to a lot of services. I've helped out in the kitchen. I've helped out on the bima.
Well, then tell us some of your favorite Jewish activities that you participated in.
At our shul, we always have we always have a great Purim. We usually have like an ice cream social. I remember as a kid, like very good memories. Our high holidays also always fun. Sukkot always great. Having like our big communal sukkah.
Besides your synagogue, are you a member of any other Jewish organizations?
Yeah, I'm a member of USY.
And what college are you planning on attending in the future?
I'm not sure yet. I've applied to a few, and
which college are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for I've applied to Binghamton, Rutgers. My number one choice right now is it's a joint program between 2 years at Tel Aviv University and then 2 years at Columbia.
That sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a lot of hard work too.
Yeah.
What Jewish activities do you see yourself participating, especially going to Tel Aviv and in college?
I think definitely Shabbats and the holidays. I think I have family there, so I love to like go to the shuls there and experience it there, because it's like I've been in Israel during some holidays, and it's really a whole different experience. And I think throughout my life, I'd always maintain like that tradition.
Well, finally, how do you see yourself as being an asset to the Jewish community in the future?
I think the Jewish community is like, I feel like we always like need more people. And I think, I mean, like there's always, I feel like things are always growing. And like, I mean, I see it with my shul, like there's like so many young families. And I think like the more and more, it's just like the culture is like growing. And I think like the more like people like grow up this way, like when I grow up, when I have kids, I'll raise them the way, like similarly how I was raised. And then
from Congregation Beth Israel in Scotch Plains, the Man of the Year is Michael Margolin. The Youths of the Year are Aaron Parada and Abby Sapira.
First question is, what does the honor of being named Man of the Year mean to you?
Oh, it's a really nice honor. I worked hard as men's club president for 2 years, and it's nice to be recognized for that. It's nice to be recognized by the synagogue. I think we have a wonderful synagogue community, and I've been trying to contribute to that as men's club president.
So tell us some of your favorite activities as men's club president and that you participated in.
Yeah, my favorite activity was Torah on Tap. We would have informal sessions with the rabbi. We'd get about 15 congregants and the rabbi sitting around with some beers and snacks, and just informal learning at its best. And I just love those sessions. I thought they were great.
Why is it important that the men's club stay involved in the Jewish community?
The Jewish community is not just services, it's Jewish life, and men's club is an important part of that. Building life, we supported the synagogue programs, the holiday parties for kids, but also family spirit building. We had tailgate parties. We had men's night out events that were, I think, very special and built a sense of spirit and community.
What does the honor of being named Youth of the Year mean to you?
It's actually really funny because when I got the honoree, like the note that said I had it, I was really surprised because everything Jewish that I'd been doing just felt very natural to me and like part of life. So I was honestly really surprised to be honored for something that just felt so natural to begin with. It was really funny to me because I don't know, I wasn't expecting it at all. It felt really nice to be recognized for that because it's such an honor. And also there are so many other people who are definitely doing the same. So I really do appreciate that. And it feels really nice, I guess, to be appreciated for that.
Okay. And can you please tell us some of your Jewish activities that you participated in?
I volunteer at my local synagogue, CBI. I'm a madricha there, and I also attend Hebrew school. I work with the kindergartners. I love them so much. They're so adorable. I also attend Right On for Israel, which is a seminar that meets once a month, and we talk about anti-Semitism on college campuses and the history of Israel. And it's really, in my opinion, it's a prep course for how to deal with anti-Semitism, especially when you do hit college campuses when those issues become very prominent. That is absolutely going to be very useful to me, especially in the next couple years. Also, I do attend Camp Ramah in the Berkshires over the summer, which is so much fun. I love it so much. Next summer, I'm going on what they call seminar, which is, well, for me, it's going to be 7.5 weeks in Israel, which I'm really excited for. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, camp has given me some of the best experiences of my life, and I would never trade for anything.
Very good. Thank you very much. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement in AZA and any other Jewish youth groups?
Yeah, so AZA and BBYO more broadly is, I think, the main way that I guess express my involvement in the Jewish community these days. I serve on the regional board. I'm Mosgiz, which translated from BBYO terms is secretary treasurer. So I'm in charge of the social media and in charge of fundraising. And through my leadership in BBYO, I've done, a ton of stuff for the community, ranging from planning and executing events for, teens in my local area, to fundraising, again, not only for that local area, but also for the whole region, my whole BBYO region of North and Central New Jersey. So, it's a lot of different leadership and, service related things that I've done, for teens in BBYO, but also for, charities that BBYO has worked with, and just, for the Jewish community in my area in general. And also at CBI specifically, I've worked as a madrich or teacher's assistant since, for all high school, so since my freshman year. Specifically, I work with special needs kids. I shadow them and help them, give them the specific attention that they need. And so that's another way that I sort of directly become involved in my community, my own, synagogue community, which has, given me so much when I was those kids' age.
From Temple Beth El in South Orange, the Man of the Year is Dean Camaros, and the Youth of the Year is Ava Levinson.
Why is it important for the men's club that they stay involved in the Jewish community?
I mean, I think, I'll tell you my route. I mean, I went from the men's club onto our Temple's board and then executive committee, right? So I think it's a great opportunity to volunteer and also to find other great ways to volunteer for your community, either at your temple or in many other ways. I think it opened my eyes to the sort of the joy of volunteering. And I think there's great service to do in our men's club within all of our temples. In various volunteer capacities, as well as in our community.
Speaking of the volunteerism, what are your future goals, and how do you see your future involvement in men's club?
I mean, I think so. I'm a past member of the executive board. I think now our men's club is led by the great Scott Horowitz, and I think you all know him and love him well. I think I continue, as part of our board to be an active part of it, and really serving more as a volunteer. I mean, whether it's serving pizza at events or helping run our day-to-day events, and also helping our team to recruit more members. I think our membership continues to grow and thrive, which is a really rewarding and great thing to be a part of.
So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what does the honor being named the Youth of the Year mean to you?
I mean, it's very exciting getting this honor just because I've, devoted so much time to working at the Hebrew school and attending services at Bethel. So it's just really exciting.
Besides working at the Hebrew school and attending synagogue, what are some of your other favorite activities?
At shul or in general?
At shul, yes.
Okay, I like participating in USY. I've been doing it for a few years now. It's a great way to make friends and just get more involved in the Jewish community.
Besides USY, are you involved in any other Jewish organizations?
I definitely want to join a Hillel when I go to college and continue going to services.
Finally, how do you see yourself being an asset to your Jewish community in the future?
I think doing like volunteer work for Jewish organizations and also just continuing to get involved at synagogue and through different programs.
From Temple Beth Am Yisrael in Springfield, the Man of the Year is Mark Scherzer. The Youth of the Year is Gabriella Lipkin.
Mark, what does the honor of being named the Men's Club Man of the Year mean to you?
So I was surprised and really honored and kind of shocked, but I think what it means is there's really a nice legacy. I've become very friendly with prior Men of the Year at Temple Beth Am Yisrael. We've maintained personal friendships, and I think it's a good platform for the programs that I am running at Temple Beth Am Yisrael to see that they are honored and valued by the men's clubs and other organizations.
Mark, I think it's a great honor. You've done so much for Temple Beth Am Yisrael in the last several years, and it really did stand out. Why is it important that men stay involved in the Jewish community?
I think we've got to keep the camaraderie. A lot of men attend Temple 3 or 4 days a year, and I think the men's clubs give us an opportunity to have more of a social experience, some brotherhood. You know, for instance, we recently just had steak and scotch, and I got to see, even in the COVID world, 20 of my friends who I've only seen on Zoom for the last 2 years. So I think it just affords us a chance to spend time together without the entire spiritual aspect. I think we need it. And I think it's very similar to Women's League and Sisterhoods in the same way.
Mark, I want to thank you, for being our Man of the Year, and thank you for all your service to Temple Beth Am Yisrael. It's a well-deserved honor. Mazel tov.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Hi, Gabby. We're very proud of you being the Youth of the Year from Temple Beth Am Yisrael in Springfield. We just wanted to ask you a few questions. Gabby, what does this honor mean to you?
This honor means a lot to me because I've been part of the temple literally since I was born. Like, I started doing kindergarten as in Hebrew school. I did the preschool before that, and I've been a part of the temple up until I've been bat mitzvahed, and even after that, I'm still an active member. So it means a lot to me that you guys would bestow this honor upon me, because it's been such a huge part of my life.
Gabby, what do you like most about participating in the Jewish community, not just in Springfield, but also later on? I know now that you're in college. What do you like most about participating in the Jewish community?
I just sort of like the feeling of belonging, because no matter where I go, there's always a sense of belonging and always a sense of, these are people like me that I can turn to. So whether it's at the temple, when we're doing stuff with religious school, or at services, or here at Hillel events, it's like I always feel like I'm belonging, like I'm part of a community and part of something so much bigger than just myself and my religion.
That's really great, Gabby. We're very proud of you at Temple Beth Am Yisrael, and Mazel Tov on your selection as Youth of the Year.
From Congregation B'nai Jeshurun in Staten Island, the Man of the Year is Jack Bender.
Congregation B'nai Jeshurun's Man of the Year. Jack, why did you get involved in the Jewish community on Staten Island?
I think continuity of being Jewish is really important. Even though we were never brought up in a religious sense, it was always part of my life growing up. My father was involved in a synagogue. It was right across the street from us, so we always knew of rituals, of programming, of being Jewish. And the religious aspect of the kosher food, etc., was real. And yet we were not, Chinese food was always on the menu. We weren't Orthodox in that level, but we always knew we were Jewish. And being part of it, and hopefully my kids and grandchildren will continue on the feeling that it's important to know who you are and where you came from.
From Congregation Shomrei Torah in Wayne, the Man of the Year is Ivan Gerstein. The Youth of the Year is Leah Kressel.
What does the honor of being named Man of the Year mean to you?
This is fantastic. I truly appreciate the honor. There's been a lot of work and a lot of effort and camaraderie towards all of the dealings with the shul and the men's club, and it's can't lie, it's nice to be recognized.
So what are some of your favorite activities involving the men's club?
So with the men's club, between the Purim Carnival, which is also a lot of effort, with another gentleman from the men's club, shopping for all of the toys that go that are involved and setting up all the booths, and just seeing the look on the children's faces as they interact and enjoy themselves during the Purim Carnival. I think that's just one of the premier events that we hold. The men's club typically gathers to put up the sukkah, and I love kind of throwing in my dollars to lose the Super Bowl pool every year as well.
Well, why is it important that men's clubs stay involved in the Jewish community?
I just think that the men gathering and the camaraderie, it fosters the Jewish community, and it's an important gathering, an important part of our temple life, and the sense of community that we have together and then foster together.
So what does the honor of Youth of the Year mean to you?
It means a lot. I think it is very important because it recognizes like not just me, but like all of us who contribute to the Jewish community, and it recognizes all the people who made me into who I am, especially those part of Shomrei Torah, like my teachers, the rabbi, my parents, of course. And so I'm very thankful for receiving the honor.
Tell us some of the favorite Jewish activities that you participate in.
My favorite Jewish activities are really anything, to be honest. I think my favorite on top of all of that, though, is just teaching and being with younger kids who are also Jewish and getting them excited to go to Hebrew school and learn more about Judaism, Israel, and our traditions.
Are you a member of one of the Jewish youth groups, USY, Young Judea, or any of those? And if you do, what does it mean to you?
I'm not a member of those, but I am a member of a youth group that is part of my synagogue called Project Aviva. I'm the leader of it. And it means a lot because it gets me like engaged more in the community, and it can help. It's another way to give back to the Jewish community. And what we do is we organize events where we Jewish youths and teens discuss like Tikkun Olam and Jewish values, and it's really good because it gets everyone.
From B'nai Shalom in West Orange, the Man of the Year is Jerry Golub. The Youth of the Year is Risa Campbell.
What have been some of your favorite activities that you've been involved with Men's Club, either currently or in previous years?
Well, I've delivered the candles. I've helped with the toy drive. I believe I've given some clothing to the Dress for Success program. But most of all, I like the scotch and the sukkah once a year. And this year I was honored to be allowed to buy the scotch. So I can't blame anyone for what they bought.
And that did not go unappreciated, of course. And we had a very successful turnout for our Scotch and the Sukkah, which was Scotch inside because we had rain that night, but it was a wonderful evening, and you were a big part of making that so successful. Why is it important to you that Men's Club stays involved in the Jewish community?
Well, it involves men of all ages and trying to promote Jewish values throughout the community. Like I said before, we deliver the Holocaust candles, so everyone has a candle to light, and we contribute to the toy drive, so a lot of children have toys who wouldn't normally have it. I think it's a good expression of Jewish values.
And I already mentioned, of course, you're our longtime Gabbai at B'nai Shalom. If you think back, though, to the years you've been doing it, and even right now, why is it important to you to be very involved in the Jewish community?
Well, going back to my family, my grandfather was a Gabbai and president of his synagogue many years ago in Plainfield, New Jersey. I like to think I'm keeping the tradition that he set. I have other cousins who are rabbis, so I do my small part to maintain Judaism.
Yeah, well, it's not a small part. It's definitely a very large part. Then it's definitely noticeable.
And right off the bat, I really enjoyed it, and I found the passion to continue it all throughout high school. In ninth grade, I loved it even more ever since I actually started USY, and I joined the freshman leadership committee. and I worked my way up the leadership path. Last year, my junior year of high school, I was the regional communications vice president. So I was in charge of managing all the social media accounts and managing all the communication aspects of the region. And then this year, I was elected as regional president. So I've been working very closely in my region with everyone, not just in the chapter, but the regional level. And yeah, USY is pretty much like my second home, and I'm really happy to be involved in it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that you really dove right in there and got yourself very involved. And I know that you've made some really excellent connections with other Jewish youth in the regional areas. That's so. Why don't you tell us about some of your plans? What are you thinking upon graduation? This is your senior year, and so what are some of your plans for a little less than a year from now already?
Yeah, wow, it's a tough question. I hope to major in communications. I'm still trying to decide exactly what I want to do in that field. I'm looking at a variety of schools, mostly along the East Coast. I'm definitely more interested in a city type of school. Definitely, I want to go to a school that has a lot to do outside of the campus and has good student life. And yeah, we'll see where that takes me.
And USY has been such a big part of it, and I know that you're envisioning yourself getting involved in Jewish life in college. So why don't you elaborate on that a little bit? How do you see yourself? What type of things can you see yourself doing involving Jewish life in college?
Yeah, so I definitely am going to be joining Hillel and Chabad wherever at whatever college I end up attending. And like I was saying before,
This year's Regional Man of the Year is Joel Brimmer from Congregation B'nai Jeshurun in Staten Island. Joel is interviewed this evening by Larry Cleo's last year's Regional Man of the Year.
So, Joel, what does the honor of being named the Man of the Year, or I should say the Northern New Jersey Region Man of the Year, mean to you?
I'm definitely humbled and honored to be selected as Regional Man of the Year from the FJMC. I never expected to get this honor, as there are so many qualified men in the region that would be just as deserving of this honor as myself. I work very hard to really not show accolades to myself as I do for my club and the region.
Okay, and why is it important that men's clubs stay involved in the Jewish community?
Well, it's the outreach from the FJMC that shows our dedication to the efforts of the clubs in the region. An example of that is the Worldwide Wrap. The idea is to connect Jewish men to their past through putting on tefillin in the mornings.